have been battling addiction and alcoholism probably my whole life, since I was about 13 years old. You know, I've been in and out of treatment centers here in Arizona. I've been in and out of the rooms of 12 steps since I was 16 years old. It didn't Addiction and alcoholism, it was hidden a lot better in other places, and I was really bad about hiding my severe addiction and alcoholism. And then I remember in high school, you know, I grew up being the kid that everyone saw as uncontrollable and a lost cause, is I guess the best way I would put it. You know, a lot of schools, when I started really getting in trouble for, you know, using and drinking, you know, I had to go to classes. I went to, you know, the IOPs and stuff like that. But you know, it's one of those things where you try it once, and if you don't do well at it, well, then get out. You know, and so there wasn't a lot of help when it came to that issue, and it became like that even as I got older. And the older I got, it seemed like the worse it got, because the more the people saw me, the more they realized that, you know, they didn't have the energy, or they didn't even know what to do about my using and drinking. And so it was easier just to either ignore it or abandon the issue, and get away from it as quick as possible. I will give my parents credit. They did everything in their power not to give up on me. But I think also, in a way, specifically my dad, he understood that the only way that I was going to want to change was to experience enough pain to seek help for myself, rather than other people in my family force me. I felt ashamed. I felt different. I felt outcasted. I felt embarrassed. You know, I didn't fully grasp, you know, the understanding of why I was going through what I was going through, and, you know, what it was going to do to my life, and things around me. And when you're using and you're drinking, you can mask those feelings to the point where you ignore it. You know what I mean? You mask the fact that you're being, or that you feel that way, that you feel ashamed, that you feel outcasted. It's almost like a coping mechanism. You know, I feel embarrassed. Let's go drink until I can't feel embarrassed anymore. It's easy to feel, you know, outcasted, I guess, is the best way I would put it. Absolutely. When you're dealing with addiction and alcoholism, it's one, it's really hard to stop long enough to realize that there's help. And then the other thing is too is, you know, I remember a time in my life where I got sober for a good amount of time. You know, I went through a treatment center and 12 steps, and really did well with my life for about a year and a half. And then I messed up. And all of that stigma from being back in my addiction came back. And it was twice as embarrassing, twice as shameful as before. And that made it twice as hard to come back. Essentially, it took 5 years for me to come back to asking for help. If you can show the love and support, always be there for them, always have the option. If they're looking for help, if they truly want help, get them help. For a lot of people who are in addiction, it requires a little bit of pain in order to truly seek that help. The person has to want to help themselves. So it's a tough love situation. There is a ton of help out there. There is a ton of help, especially in Arizona, you know, and on the West Coast. There's a huge, you know, group out there. Addiction and alcoholism is not a joke. And whether you think it's not going to happen to you, it 100% could. Speaking from experience of 10 years of being in and out of treatment and out of recovery and working in recovery, you know, it's a fragile, very short life to live if you don't find help. And so there is help out there. You know, seek it, take any suggestions you can. I've been in and out of the rooms of 12 steps since I was 16 years old. And you know, and I hope you find your way to us and to the people who want to help you.